bride tried to ban the groom's paralyzed best friend from the wedding photos and thought no one would notice. So, a little background, the groom has had this friend since they were little. I may call him Tyler. And when they were teens, Tyler got into a really bad car accident that left him paralyzed from the stomach area down and has been in a wheelchair ever since. It kind of rattled their friendship for a while because the groom was the one driving and got distracted, leading to the crash. They made up after a while and became as thick as thieves once again. Wedding planning comes around, and obviously the groom wanted his best friend to be a groomsman. The best man was his father. And it had been agreed upon like 6 to 7 months before the wedding. Everything was supposed to be fine, everyone had their suits, and the wedding was a few weeks away when the bride confessed to her bridesmaids that she thought the wheelchair would ruin the wedding photos and asked them if they thought it would be rude to tell him he wasn't allowed in the photos. They ended up telling her to talk to the groom about it because it wasn't their place to give advice about this. She took their advice and asked the groom the same question, to which he replied it wasn't Tyler's fault and he was his best friend. He wanted him to be in the photos no matter what. The bride was so mad. I think she thought that he would be okay with it and would agree to not let Tyler be in the photos, and wasn't expecting him to disagree. She raved to her bridesmaids and was saying how unfair it was that her photos had to be ruined because of this guy and how he would make all the photos look unsymmetrical or something. My mom wasn't too sure the exact reason because she just kept saying it was unfair and she thought the chair was clunky and would look out of place among the rest of the wedding party. This whole thing caused the bride and groom to fight so much my mom genuinely thought they would cancel the wedding. She had never seen them fight so much their whole relationship of 4 years. Also, during this whole fight, Tyler had no clue this was even going on, as the groom thought it would be asshole-ish to even mention it to him. So the only people involved were the bride, groom, and the bridesmaids. The groom eventually talked to his dad about it, and even though I don't know a whole lot, I know that his dad was the one who convinced him to go through with the wedding because couples fight. And if you think this is big enough to ruin your relationship over, then it wasn't a good relationship in the first place. I think this will just be the first of a whole plethora of future fights, but what do I know? So, day of the wedding came around, and from what I was told, there was no fighting or resentment at all visible during the ceremony, and everything went as planned. Tyler, obviously, was in the photos, and none the wiser to the bride's dislike of it. The bride, though, only posted the photos that didn't have Tyler in it, and cropped him out of a few of them that did have him in it. I don't know much after all this, but my mom said the groom was pissed AF because of this and drunkenly ranted about it to his group of friends, Tyler included. I'm pretty sure this was the first time he heard of this. Tyler was pissed. Rightfully so, but he was very mature about it and didn't say anything to the bride, even though she would have deserved it. I don't know what they're like behind closed doors, but they clearly are putting up a front in public and haven't said anything else to anyone about it. Tyler and some of their other friends haven't spoken to the bride once since the whole rant, and the bride still hasn't posted any pictures with Tyler in them, though the groom did on his own Facebook.